started in hard times to bring us all into the laughter.
Welcome to a special bonus live recording of Public Power Underground, coming to you on location at NWPPA's annual meeting in beautiful Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're recording a series of recruiting pitches from executives at the welcome reception in an attempt to collect the best messages for getting new folks into public power professions in a special recruiting video series. I'm Brian Fawcett.
And I'm Humaira Falkenberg.
And I'm Paul Dockery.
And we're joined by Sarah Giomi, a project specialist at Energy Northwest, who is in charge of recruiting college engineers for their public power internship program. If you aren't familiar with their internship program, you should be.
Energy Northwest is a joint operating agency formed by Washington State Legislature in 1957, representing the convergence of small and big public power. Our consortium of 27 public utility districts and municipalities across Washington takes advantages of economies of scale and shared services that help utilities run their operation more efficiently and at a lower cost to benefit of more than 1.5 million customers. The agency further improves quality of life throughout the Northwest through generation of clean, reliable electricity from nuclear, wind, hydro, and solar projects.
Sarah, welcome back to Public Power Underground.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Do you think your director of communications is going to be all right with our intro? I stole it from your website. A little bit of plagiarism doesn't hurt anybody.
I think it sounded great.
It did. It sounded absolutely great. You've been on before.
I have.
And you've talked about the internship program.
Yes, I have.
Something I'm a big fan of.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody here is aware of the internship program, right? Everybody's aware. Big fans of the internship program. Yes.
It's a great opportunity for both students and utilities.
Yes, and you are the person that recruits these college engineers to come work in public power. So as we're trying to get the best recruiting pitches from the celebrities of public power, celebrities like you, we thought you would be a good one to actually give us things that work, that are tested, proven, and work.
Real world experience.
Real world experience.
Yes.
So what is your best pitch? What's the one that works?
To get students into public power.
To get students into public power.
So the best part about students in public power is when you're in school, you get to learn all about your career and your field. You're learning about engineering, but you're not learning what are the options out there. What's it actually like when you're in the field. And so when we get them in this program, they get to see what it's actually like working at a utility in public power, and they love it because they get to be a part of the community, and they see how much their job impacts those around them, their neighbors, the community. And that's what's so great is as a student, you feel like you can't really make an impact in your career until year 3, year 4. But when you work for public power, you're making an impact the day that you start because you're making a difference in the community, and that's what we've seen. The first year in our internship program, we had 3 students that said, when we started this, we weren't really sure what public power was or what utilities did, and we weren't sure if it was going to be, the career we wanted to go down. And each student at the end said, we loved our experience and we want to come back to public power. And that's what it's all about. So,
and you're speaking to after they get there, it's addictive. So it's like giving them some free stuff and then they keep coming back for more, right? So is that a big part of the success of the program so far, is getting them in the experience of working in the environment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that's the biggest difference for these students is actually seeing and experiencing. And that's why things like job shadows and internships are so important, because you get to see, what kind of environments you're looking for and you want to be a part of.
Yeah. But you still got to get them.
Absolutely.
You got to get them to the internship.
Yes.
You got to go do the job fairs and talk to 100 students.
Yes.
What do you do to tell them to get them there?
Yes.
Is it because they just are from the area? Is it the location that they're from, or what?
Actually,
what works?
Most of our students relocate.
Okay.
And that is surprising because, that does take, time and effort, and they can be moving away from their families. And so the biggest thing is when we are on campus and at these career fairs is we want to relate to them and, I always say the quote, meet them where they're at. So find these students, go to the classrooms, sit with them at career fairs, but ask them what are they looking for.
Oh.
And it's not just,
you can't always just tell people what you want them to hear. Sometimes you have to meet them where they're at. This is the brilliance.
Yep.
This is the brilliance, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ask questions. I like
I
it.
want everybody to come to an internship in public power, but if it's not the right fit, not what they're looking for, then, that's not going to help develop the workforce.
The match goes both ways.
Yep, it's
the
not good
match
for them.
goes both ways.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Wisdom
Sit with them.
here.
Yes, when you sit with them and you ask them, what they actually need, that's why they relocate, because maybe the utility that is in their area, maybe there's one that focuses on solar or something that they're passionate about, and that's where I kind of joke. I am, a mentor for these students, but I'm also like a matchmaker for jobs. I want to find what they're looking for and help them, because this is such an integrative part of their career.
I like it. It works well when you have 27 utilities to kind of pick and choose from. So I think you'd fit well with this one versus that one.
Absolutely.
That sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then other students that they, can talk to and hear how their experience was as well. Yeah.
Those are some recruiting tactics that are really, as you said, perfect for matchmaking.
Yes.
No, this has been mind-blowing. I knew it was going to be great. I knew this would be a success because you do it and you have these insights. So listen. We need to listen. We need to not just shout into the void.
Yes.
We also need to listen. Okay. I love it. That's great.
Yeah, and that's where, I give people the advice too, that's the power of social media. A few years ago, people were using newspapers for job postings, but that's not where these students are at. They're on Twitter, they're on TikTok, and as much as, you don't really want to spend your time doing that, you have to meet them where they're at, and that's where you connect with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I think it was great advice. Great.
Final takeaway, TikTok videos.
TikTok. We need some TikTok videos.
Utilities.
Yes.
The future.
Yeah. Erin Guillory really wants us to have an Instagram. I told her we would if she did it, and she hasn't yet. We'll see. Maybe we can get her. Erin reports.
Maybe we'll just skip
Shout
straight
out for
to
Erin
TikTok.
reports.
Thank you all so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think we're ready to close it out.
So we're done for now, but we're not done for the night. We're going to chat with more executives to get their best recruiting pitches for folks considering joining public power professions. We are publishing a recruiting pitch as its own episode in a recruiting video series.
To make sure you don't miss them, you can sign up for an unintrusive newsletter with links to all the ways to consume this fascinating content at publicpowerunderground.substack.com. Otherwise, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite podcast app. You can also find our merchandise on Shopify by searching for Public Power Underground. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Public Power Underground for electric utility enthusiasts. Public Power Underground, it's work to watch. Public Power Underground is a production of Klatskin IPUD and News Data. It's brought to you with the support of NWPPA and TEA. NWPPA was the host for the conference that brought us together and helped coordinate our recording space. A special thanks to Scott Corwin, Brenda Dunn, and Connie Filbert for their help. The Northwest Public Power Association believes in public power. You can find more information about NWPPA at nwppa.org. That's nwppa.org. The presenting sponsor for Season 4 of Public Power Underground is TEA. The Energy Authority is a non-profit energy portfolio management company whose mission is to help clients maximize the value of their assets and meet their power supply goals. If you know someone at TEA, send them a note of thanks for their support of Season 4. You can learn more about TEA on their website at teainc.org. That's teainc.org. The views expressed here are our own and not the official views of Klatskin IPUD, News Data, or the organization of the guests also appearing on Public Power Underground. Public Power Underground is electric utility and electric utility adjacent news from a power department's perspective. It's written and directed by Klatskin IPUD's power department, led by me, Paul Dockery, and it's edited and published by the stellar team at Pioneer Utility Resources, led by associate producer Sarah Wooden. Our theme song, Roll On Enthusiast, was rewritten, performed, and recorded by Erin Guillory and Ian Bledsoe. Public Power Underground for electric utility enthusiasts. Public Power Underground, it's work to watch.